Hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, catching a vibe, getting ready to do your March 2021 tarot reading. For those that are new, welcome. It's a privilege and honor to read for you, connect with you, and ascend with you. All right, please like, share, subscribe. It is much appreciated. And to the usual suspects, Angel Gang. I just want to thank you guys wholeheartedly for doing this thing called Ascension with me, with the gang, and just your likes, your shares, subscribes, positively engaging this channel the way you do. And I've been wishing a congratulations to the whole tribe, because fact of the matter is we've made it out of a very tough karmic cycle, and there is a lot that is going to be dished on our plate surrounding our new cycles, our new timelines, and it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very busy. It's going to be a vulnerable time for the collective, and yeah, I just want to congratulate you guys, because you guys did the work to transform during Divine Feminine season, and March 20th, the spring equinox, marks the beginning of Divine Masculine season, which is going to reflect back to you a lot of your transformation externally to you that took place internally through Divine Feminine season. Okay, but before we go ahead into the downloads, into prayer, and into your spread. For those that timestamp the reading, please continue to do so prior to the prayer, because I'm just going to do just a couple of announcements. One, the website, www.queencup.ca, is fully stocked. All right, we've got resins. We've got our frankincense and myrrh butter, which sells out very quickly because I only make them in batches of 20 and 30, which is fine, because I am going to bring them back. The frankincense and myrrh, when it is back in stock, it's going to be back in stock as a kit. Okay, and it's going to be for face and hair, and it's going to include our essential oil. So we are going to be launching our essential oil line, which is going to have, we're going to have different oils for the different resin species, which is very exciting. I mean, you can brush your teeth. I brush my teeth with it. I put it in tea. I put it under my tongue if I'm feeling a little bit sick, or if I have any allergies or anything like that. But I also put it on my face every single day, and it's really helped my skin. So I'm excited for that. It's going to include hydrosol, which is like an all-natural toner. So this essentially is the water from the distilling process. So how you get the resin to oil form, this is the middle process. This is the water. So it smells like the resin, and then I'll include a scrub, which is an exfoliant that is just pretty much the crushed up frankincense and myrrh that I use to make the butter. Okay, so very excited about that. But if you want to be emailed anytime I upload anything to the website, or we become back in stock with anything, just become a member. And then we do have our smudge kits back in stock, and they're the small ones. The large ones, which include the large brass burner, will be available end of March, beginning of April. And the small kits include a small brass burner, the red hajari, and then the regular size of the Cartier. Okay, for daily, weekly content, you can check me out on Patreon /Queen Cup. And yeah, I'm going to be using the Naked Heart Tarot. I love this deck, and I'm going to be using this for your spread. All right, so let's get into prayer and get into it. Okay, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding the material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Okay, guys, so the downloads that I had coming into your spread were two things. Now, these two things could be just one sentence, or they could be actually two separate things. But the first thing I downloaded is somebody is taking a different approach to you, or you are taking a different approach towards somebody, a conflict, towards achieving something, getting something done. It's about the approach being different. Okay, you could have been using an approach that was very aggressive, very domineering, very in your face, and you are reeling that back and taking a different approach that may be a little bit more passive, a little bit more just different. Or somebody could be taking a different approach to you. Okay. I feel like if it is somebody else, somebody wants something from you and they're not getting it, and they realize that they need to take a different approach. So it's not that they can't get it from Pisces. It's just the way they're going about. It could be getting your attention. It could be about getting your buy-in to something, your investment, getting you to say yes to something. It could even just be regarding a relationship. It could also be with regards to a conflict resolution. So you could have actually, you could be out of union with somebody or pushing somebody away. And I feel like they, instead of projecting it onto you, have looked within and said, maybe if I take a different approach to Pisces, they'll actually say yes or be more open to me, which is really beautiful. Then the other download that I was getting is that somebody is dealing with your heart with care. I feel like this has to do with your emotions. Happy birthday, Pisces, by the way. We are in Pisces season, and I was gathering collectively that this is a time where we're really needing to go with the flow. And it is external, but it's more internal, surrounding our feelings and emotions. And instead of creating blockages or ignoring our emotions or how we're feeling, we're really just letting those emotions ride so that they could either purge out of our system because they aren't emotions that serve us anymore, or they're old stale emotions from things from the past. So your emotions don't actually reflect how you feel or what you think now. They're just, you're feeling something that's actually a reflection of what you thought or what occurred in the past. So some of these emotions are just going to purge out of you, and then you're going to feel really differently. But either way, you would have to allow these emotions to process, to go through. I'm getting like a river. Or for some of you, this is about really just letting your emotions run through and flow so that you can really gain a clear perspective on where you're at or how you feel about where you're being led to move forward to. Okay, so I really feel like this is an emotional time for Pisces. I mean, it could be collective energy because we are in Pisces season, but I am getting this specifically for you, Pisces, that I think you're really emotional at this time. I think people around you or a particular person is realizing that they need to deal with you with care. For some of you, this is just yourself realizing I need to deal with myself. And as I say this, we have the Ace of Cups. These are these emotions. This is your heart needing to be dealt with care. But I am getting that it could actually pertain to the first download I got, which is a different approach. So somebody's taking a more gentle approach to Pisces. And that's why I felt prompted to use the Naked Heart Tarot, because I feel like you're being really vulnerable, or I feel like there's something that occurred in your life that has you feeling really vulnerable or emotional at this time. So I feel like somebody, instead of being aggressive with Pisces, or you being this way to yourself and saying, get over that, or there's no time for those emotions, or don't be so sensitive, or don't be so emotional, or, don't be so giving of your emotions to other people, or that kind of energy, that's not going to work. I feel like it's dealing with your own emotions with care and being really gentle. This could also be about somebody offering you their heart and you, Pisces, needing to deal with it with care and being really mindful. Yeah, the devil energy, this could be trying to get you to actually cause more harm, okay, than good by being rough with somebody else's heart. So this could be a warning for you that somebody is going to bring their heart to you and you needing to deal with it with care. This could even be somebody being emotional or sharing their emotions for you, and Pisces making a joke and being like, whatever, and not realizing that actually took a lot for somebody to give you their heart or share their emotions with you, and you being flippant or being cold or making a joke out of it or a mockery out of it can cause a lot of damage to somebody's heart. Now, if somebody caused that damage to you, I think they're taking another approach, which is actually to be dealing with your heart with care and being really gentle with you. And because it's your heart, I feel like it's emotionally. I also feel like there's a need to take you seriously. I feel like somebody didn't take you seriously when you communicated how you felt. So Pisces, you could have said to somebody, this is how I feel about a situation. I'm really hurt, or this really bothers me, and somebody didn't really pay it any mind. And then they got a different approach from you. So you started dealing with them very differently. And now they're realizing, oh shit, if I want to get Pisces to not ice me out, not push me away, continue to work with me, continue to stay in my energy or be around me, I need to take a different approach and take them a little bit more seriously than I was. Okay. So anyways, those are the downloads that I got, and we're going to pull. The first cards out were the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. I am feeling that this is an emotional investment. So I feel like this is translating as somebody telling Pisces or Pisces telling somebody, I am committed to being there with you. I'm committed to healing whatever wound. So if this is a new relationship, you could have come out of a really tough relationship with somebody, and this could be a new love interest who is very well aware of what you've been through. Maybe they share similar wounds and they're invested into getting you to open up your heart to them. Their approach is actually, the approach that they're taking could be different than an approach somebody else took, right? So somebody is taking a different approach. It doesn't necessarily mean it was them. It could be just a different approach than somebody else had taken towards your heart. So I feel like somebody is willing to invest, be patient. This is a card of patience in the minor arcana, very similar to Temperance, but I feel like somebody is willing to invest in the connection. I also feel like somebody's willing to be patient with regards to your healing. Because I feel like for some of you, you might have manifested a romantic partner and you haven't really necessarily healed from the previous one, but somebody is willing to be patient with you in your healing process in order to come together, stay together, which feels really healing. It feels really, really nice. It definitely feels like new timeline energy. Now, the Six of Pentacles, that speaks to a balance, wanting to work, synergy, wanting to work with you. Somebody also, I feel like, is mirroring you. So the kind of sensitivity and gentleness and compassion and patience that it is that you require from somebody, somebody is going to require from you, Pisces. This is very Piscean energy, the fish. And I just feel like we've been talking for the past 2 months about Pisces coming into union with the soulmate, Six of Cups. But I'm just getting that this soulmate is mirroring you more in a way that you haven't, I don't think you realize you've mirrored. I mean, you mirror all of your romantic partners, but I just feel like it was in a karmic sense where they might have been actually mirroring to you, where you didn't feel like you identified to them, but they were mirroring to you issues within yourself that you needed to resolve. So if you needed to love yourself more, they were reflecting a lack of love within you, so they were not loving you. If you were needing to be more loyal to yourself, they were lacking loyalty to you and your connection. I feel like that's how the mirroring occurred in the karmic cycle. Where now, I feel like what the mirroring is both you and this person, it could be a friend, is actually at the same stage of life, had gone through similar things, both open to a new relationship, but there's this sense of still needing to heal from the previous one, both needing patience within the connection, both needing a surety that they're invested. I feel like both you and somebody else could have experienced a lot of abandonment, whether it was with romantic partners, friends, family, parents. And I just feel like both people in this connection are going to or do need some kind of reassurance that you or each other are invested in it for the long haul. I heard somebody is trying to prove to you they're in it for a long haul. Somebody could have even been taking an approach where it was very like Knight of Wands energy, and they're realizing that's not going to work. So somebody could have been, if this is romantic, somebody could have been coming to you with a lot of passion and fire energy, and you weren't responding well to that. You were not opening up. You were not moving forward in the connection because that wasn't what was making you feel reassured. What made you feel reassured was this balance, this commitment, this investment in the connection, and this tenderness, dealing with your heart with care. And I feel like you weren't getting that from somebody, and now they're taking a different approach to try to get you to see that they are actually a viable match. Then we've got Judgment, and then we've got the Five of Swords. I also see that there could be a balancing. Yeah, I'm getting that somebody, I feel like somebody wants you to see them differently. Somebody's coming to you more authentic, because this black and white is showing me almost like It's like a lack of color, meaning a lack of transparency, a lack of openness, and a lack of authenticity. And the way it comes out here is the color being representative of all those things now being accessible. I feel like somebody might be apologizing to you for some conflict that occurred because they realized that they weren't open and honest with who they were. So you didn't actually get a good impression of somebody. Because I'm getting with this whole taking a different approach to you could be somebody realizing that the approach that they took was actually being really like secretive, not being open, not being authentic. Somebody wants you to see the real them. Eight of Swords and Movement of Pentacles. I'm also getting that Pisces is being really stubborn surrounding a connection. And I feel like it's stubborn surrounding forgiving somebody. So if you started a new connection, I feel like there was an approach that was taken that wasn't conducive to Pisces opening up and embracing the connection. And I feel like you're really being stubborn surrounding moving forward in a romantic connection, to be honest. This could also be a friend, somebody who knows you really, really well. And I feel like if this is a friend, you're really trapped in your mind because you told yourself that you were done with this person and this person wasn't a part of your life anymore. It could also be a family member, but it would be nucleus family, somebody close to you. I'm getting relationships closest to you with this Eight of Cups and this Six of Pentacles. I also got family tree. So that's why I'm getting all of this like relationship dynamic energy for Pisces. And I feel that you are being really stubborn about, forgiving somebody, letting somebody back in. I also feel like Pisces is moving really slow in a connection. I feel like maybe in the past you would move really, really quickly. And I feel like you felt like Five of Swords occurred. That's it. That negative things happen by moving too quickly in a connection. So now, Pisces, I see you moving really, really slow. But the problem is with the Eight of Swords, I feel like it's out of fear. It's not out of this logic of, I'm going to take this slow and move slowly. I feel like it's because you're afraid. I'm also seeing that, Pisces, you could be coming out of the Eight of Swords energy where you have let go of the past, your fears, and are actually moving forward in a connection. Yes, it's slowly, but I feel like you've decided to open up. I'm also getting if this different approach has already been taken and somebody's already proven that they are dealing with your heart and your emotions with care, that this is you coming out of self-imprisonment that said, it's not safe for me to move forward. I can't move forward in this connection. I'm not ready. For some of you, you were saying that. Love was being offered to you and you clammed up and said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I feel like you're coming out of that energy because you were going to lose this romantic interest if you were going to continue to push it away. You were going to lose a friend. You were going to lose, you were going to lose out. Let's see. We're going to pull from the Hoodoo Tarot as well to clarify. And then whatever major arcana we get out of that deck, this one. Whatever major arcana we get out of this one, I'm going to read from the book. But I want one more for this 9-card spread here. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Please allow me to be of service to the collective and communicate the messages that are in their greatest good. Five of Wands under the Five of Swords. This is definitely about balancing out a conflict. Definitely about resolving differences between you and somebody else. I'm not really getting career, but if this is in the workplace, this would be resolving a conflict with somebody that you were working well with at a point of time, and then something occurred. It could have been a competitive energy with the Five of Wands. I just feel like you are coming back into union with somebody you did work well with at a period of time, if it is the workplace. Yeah, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles equals the Eight of Pentacles. So it definitely could be work related. I also feel like some of you guys have mastered or will master your emotions so that you could move forward in something. The Tower and the Heart of Wands. This is what I feel like you were afraid of. I feel like this Tower wasn't actually, I feel like this was you not moving forward, procrastinating, or feeling trapped in your mind, because I feel like the last time you felt this way about something or someone, it didn't work out for you. I feel like this is you reflecting on a past Tower moment, having fears about moving forward in fear of experiencing this again. But that's just a fear. I also feel like you're going to be revisiting a Tower moment with somebody that is part of this conflict resolution. And then with the Heart of Wands and the Five of Wands, that equals the Six of Wands. So that's victory. I feel like you're going to have victory. You're going to come to some kind of understanding about what occurred. And even if it's not with the person, I feel like even internally, you're not going to have fears about manifesting new beginnings or moving forward in a new beginning you've already manifested, because you're going to come to the realization that this isn't going to occur again because I gained all the lessons that I needed to. There's also victory, understanding why a Tower moment occurred. You're no longer blaming, playing the victim, and relinquishing your soul power by putting the power in somebody else's hands and giving them the authority over your life and why certain things occurred. The Tower is divinely guided. It's not divine. It's not guided by a person. It's guided by the divine, a power higher than us. That lightning reflects a power higher than us. This isn't somebody standing there hacking away at that tree and lighting it on fire. No, this is the divine that tore something down. And then I think that Pisces realized why things in the past needed to tear down, and it gets you to feel a little bit more hopeful about moving forward because these things don't need to be torn down anymore. Like there's nothing to tear down, which is what I tell you, this karmic cycle, you always have to tear these relationships. You're going to have to leave these jobs. You're going to have to leave these relationships when you're on your karmic cycle. But when you're in when you're on your way to, when you are on your divine path on the way to 10 of Pentacles, you don't need to tear it down. You just need to nurture, grow, and develop your ideas, your relationships, your mission. And then essentially what you build will stand the test of time. Okay, let's get into the hoodoo. Of course, not before the pair came out. What was it? It was Gemini. We're the same. Holy shit. The same fucking cards came out, but they came out together. It was the Queen and King of Wands with the Hermit in the middle. So you guys can maybe watch the Gemini reading. I did it a couple of hours ago, and I used a completely different deck. I used the gold tarot deck. And these are the same cards. I feel like this is looking within and realizing that you have a viable match, looking within and seeing yourself. Like I said here, there's this synergy. There's this understanding that you are like somebody. I feel like Pisces is actually going to embark on a new path with somebody after maybe a couple of months of not really being sure. I feel like you had to purge a lot of fears surrounding a connection. It wasn't just like, oh, we're together, or oh, we're back together, or oh, we're no longer angry and everything is good. No, it took a period of time to get to where you're at. But I just feel like Pisces is at a point, or will be getting to this point, surrounding a connection. I also feel like you're going to be coming out of your shell, Pisces, because you come into union with somebody who's very much like you. Like attracts like. So I feel like you're coming out of the shell, out of singlehood, out of a lonely period, out of an introverted period, because somebody who is like you kind of prompts you out of your shell. I can't believe those same cards came out. Wow. I also feel like both, if this is surrounding a conflict, both people went within and came out and became more enlightened about how the conflict occurred, but also about how they feel about each other. Some of you guys feel trapped in a workplace. You don't know how to get out. I think if you feel trapped in a workplace, it's because you're not valuing how much of your skills and abilities you've mastered, and that you would be wanted in other areas, that other employers would want you. I feel like you're questioning whether another employer would want you or not. I feel like some of you worked for a very abusive, emotionally and psychologically abusive employer who would manipulate you and other staff into believing that nobody else would want them but them. This could absolutely be a relationship too, but I was getting it as an employer. The 10 of fucking coins. Yes! You don't have to tear it down, collective. That is so beautiful. Some of you guys are coming into union with somebody that you will build a family with. Some of you guys are coming into union and blending your families. Some of you guys you're building a legacy with somebody. So you worked on this is how much of your legacy you built. Somebody matched you here. And now together you build the 10. I also feel like some of you guys are going to leave your employer. Some of you guys might, I'm not getting it that you'll get fired. I'm getting it that you feel trapped and that you break out of this idea, which was a self-imposed prison that you had to stay at your current employer. Now, for some of you, you might actually be fired, which is because you couldn't figure out a way out of this self-imposed imprisonment. So the divine did it for you and essentially you get canned. And it's totally a blessing in disguise because you go from the 7 of Pentacles to the 10. Some of you guys actually become really close with certain people that you work with because of a tragedy that occurs. Somebody in your workplace goes through something personally and it actually gets, I feel like there's a bond that occurs in the workplace. Like you become like actual really tight and close friends with people that you work with. The free man. We're going to read that. That came out in Aquarius. It came out in Aquarius and I couldn't finish reading it. And then Strength. I feel like we should read Strength because I've never read it before. But what I will read is just what it means for the free man to pop up in a reading. And then I'll read all of the Strength card because I ain't read it yet. I feel like there's this 0 point that Pisces is coming to with somebody. It's like a fresh start. I feel like this is the leap of faith that you're going to decide to embark in a new beginning with somebody. Like, let's do this. This could also be a reconciliation where you take a leap of faith to really hear somebody out, forgive them, and knowing that your forgiveness isn't going to bring anything bad to you. Your forgiveness doesn't mean you're an idiot and that you are opening up yourself to being hurt in the same way. No, it just means you've let go of the hurt that has occurred and what has happened because you have hope and optimism, not just in the world, but in yourself. That you've learned the karmic lessons needed to be able to embark in new beginnings a lot more safe than you were, a lot more prepared, ready, confident. But yeah, the free man. I'm just going to read, if you want to read the whole story, go and watch Aquarius's reading, and it's like in the last like 5 or 10 minutes. The free man, the fool. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. Plant, Jimson weed. The image. A man is walking away from the tomb of Joshua John Ward of Georgetown County, South Carolina. Ward was the largest American slave holder, dubbed the king of the rice planters. The man is carrying a mason jar filled with dirt. Who is this young man? Did he know Ward personally? Why did he risk being prosecuted for trespassing or witchcraft? Does he have a purpose at all, or is the man just plain crazy? Freedom is a state. Freedom. Is it a state of mind, a state of being, or is it both? The free man doesn't think about it any more than a fish contemplates water. The man isn't deep because depth by definition prohibits unrestricted movement upon the surface. The free man was probably deep prior to the onset of his journey into the unknown, the unfathomable and unpredictable, or he wouldn't have been the wisdom to know the concept of safety is an illusion anyway. Wow. The free man has seen many people get beaten by life, or in fact no life at all, because they were afraid to take a few risks. He has heard many people say one day regarding their dreams and heard very few today's. The meaning. The free man is a... I ended up reading the part that I told you to just go and read in the other. But anyways, the free man is a card 0 because 0 is not a natural number. since most people normally don't start counting with zero. Likewise, the free man doesn't count in situations that demand subservience to conventional wisdom or the status quo. The free man is on a whole other level because he genuinely feels that common sense is for common people. He doesn't think he's better than anyone. He has just accepted that new grass doesn't grow as lusciously on a beaten path. The free man is definitely foolish to most people who encounter him because he appears to be reckless and immature, but such assessments are only relevant when gain or loss is the focus. The free man doesn't exist in the space where those thoughts flourish. He is more interested in the attainment of wisdom by following his passions and what he knows to be true, wherever that may ultimately lead. The free man has what every great root worker has always had, the courage to follow their calling despite the possible dire consequences, and an unshakable faith that made the courage possible. If you receive the free man in a reading, considering the following: what is the best thing that could happen if things go your way? What is the worst thing that could happen if they don't? Can you live without ever knowing? Have you received an opportunity that you fantasized about but are afraid to take? Where are you headed? Are you really that deep, or are you really a free spirit, or are you a jerk or a rebel without a cause? Have you considered the financial or emotional cost of attaining that goal? It doesn't matter whether you like surprises, they're on the way. Are you really as innocent as you profess to be? Has lingering self-doubt caused you boredom and dissatisfaction? The new guy-gal situation isn't who or what they appear to be. Maybe you need to loosen up. That let's go crazy, let's go nuts. Are you living in the present? Follow your bliss. Definitely surrounding relationship, this new guy, new girl situation isn't who or what they appear to be. That could be the case, but quite frankly, I think that was what Pisces was stopping Pisces from taking a leap of faith to find out. And that's where it says, maybe you just need to loosen up. Let's just go crazy. Let's go nuts. Because I feel like that's a part of you. You want to do that. With the King and the Queen of Wands, there's that fire, passionate energy, that confidence to want to move forward, that fearlessness. And then are you living in the present where there's a lot of fear about the past that's stopping you from taking leaps of faith into directions you naturally want to go? Whether it's to leave an employer that you feel like is really oppressive, somewhere you feel really stuck, taking a leap of faith. Are you living in the present? Well, it didn't work out. Some of you left a workplace in the past for another opportunity, and that opportunity didn't work out for you really quickly, and you went through financial hardships, and then you got the job that you were in. The problem is you're now stuck in this job like a slave out of fears of leaving, because what if it doesn't work out? Do you get where I mean about living in the past there? And then follow your bliss. For some of you, your bliss is to embark into this new romantic situation. And you're just afraid it's not what it seems. But the problem is you would only know that if you actually take a leap of faith to find out. And then strength. I'm excited about that because I haven't read that one yet. It's gorgeous. She looks like Naomi Campbell, literally. Strength. May you be strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy. Colossians 1:11. That speaks of manifestations. Anyways, plant, chamomile. The image, a woman poses with a powerful puma. She trusts it, and it trusts her. The puma, known also as the cougar, the mountain lion, or the panther, is the second largest cat in North America. It is a cunning hunter with practically no natural enemies except humans. It is a fitting analogy for our inner strength, which can only be brought to the brink of extinction by external forces. The fact of the matter is, we are all strong, or else we wouldn't be here. If you consider the hundreds of sperm that compete to make it to our mother's egg, all failing but just one, then you have no choice but to admit that we all came into this world winners. That's so fucking true. I love this deck. I love this book. The only challenge that we face once we get here is how to maintain that same determination to win, grow, transform into even more powerful, developed beings than we were before. Meaning, when strength comes up in a reading, you are being asked to consider how you will assess the inner strength needed to overcome any obstacle in your path. This is not a card of brute force, but one of subtlety, patience, and endurance, which I feel like is the different approach. Somebody knew they needed strength to exude strength. It was how they were doing it. They were using like a brute force. And I feel like somebody's realizing they need to exude and take a different approach to exuding their own strength, which is through patience and endurance. It is a reminder that you have what it takes to triumph over whatever may be troubling you if you don't push too hard or act a fool. If someone has, and it's funny, we just pulled the Fool. If someone has really pissed you off, it's critical that you heed this advice, or you could make a mistake that could make things worse. It might get you or someone else hurt or locked up. Just chill and things will work out fine. I love this deck. If you receive strength in a reading, consider the following. You are strong enough to be compassionate. Use the power of persuasion to get the results you're seeking. She or he is an influencer. Pay attention. Brute force or bluntness will backfire now. Be careful. You can get through this difficult time if you just calm down. If you would want, which I did feel like some Pisces are feeling like a little bit emotionally unstable. If you would want to, be forgiven in that situation, then forgive. Wow, I was feeling that too about that forgiveness energy. Shit. I struggle with that. Part of me is dead inside. Okay, and I struggle with forgiveness, but then I go out in the world wanting forgiveness for my low vibrational karmic version of self. It's fucked up. Anyways, don't give up. You can do it. Reject any attempt someone is making to intimidate you. Stop complaining. There will always be setbacks, no matter what you're trying to do. It's time to get solution-based and take a chill pill. I fucking love this deck, and I love this book. I just love how they do, like, they section it with like this. So they give the story of the history of the card and everything, which is actually linked to real history. And then they give which is part of the reason why I love Eugene's decks, because it's actually based on history. Anyways, love it. And then we'll pull a couple of Lenormand and we'll wrap Pisces, okay? Some of you, there's forgiveness that needs to be required in order to bring a family back together, or in order to get the family support that you need. So some of you guys could be struggling alone for no reason when you don't need to, and it's because you won't forgive family. So family would be there for you. Family would ride for you. You would have the support you need. The problem is you're holding on to some past hurts and some past shit. And it's the divine's trying to tell you need to get over it and forgive and move on so that you can get your family back, your nucleus family, so that you can get the support you need to move forward. So some of you guys are cutting off your nose to spite your own face by not forgiving. Realizing that the two are tied. I was really getting that about how manifestations, however they are playing out, are being initiated to come in based on forgiveness. I was getting it in, what was it, Libra's reading about needing to forgive a friend or be open and reconcile the past and be open to friends or things like that in order to get opportunities with career. Who would think that forgiving a friend would open up opportunities with career? And well, the divine doesn't want you to know that to say, oh, I'm going to forgive this person because I'm going to get an opportunity for career. No, but it will come about. It's just, it's crazy how things are playing out. But there's definitely the initiation energy of forgiveness in the collective. And I'm telling you right now, I really struggle with that one, yeah. You would think, you wouldn't think that, right? Some of you are like, no, I would. Some of you are like, no, I wouldn't. But yeah, I struggle with that. Or I guess we need these two. The 9 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. It wouldn't go back in. Somebody is very determined to reconcile, but this was the energy of somebody feeling trapped. This is the card of the workplace. And this is the card of the caged bird, but it's the Three of Cups. So somebody's either really determined to reconcile, or somebody is feeling trapped in their workplace. So this could be somewhere that you make decent money, because it's a gold gilded cage, but it doesn't mean you're happy. So some of you guys are trapped by the money that you make with an employer, even though you're really, really not happy. Some of you are really, like I said, somebody could be really determined, or you're really determined to reconcile with somebody, regardless of the nature of the relationship. Yeah. Somebody wants to talk it out with you. This could also be a discussion. Some of you guys are interviewing somewhere else. Somebody could be giving you advice, telling you, just start looking for other work. It's better to look for work while you are employed anyways. Don't be afraid. Because I am getting that some of you are afraid for even looking for work, because somehow in the past you left an employer for another opportunity and maybe got let go within a month or two, and then you were fucked. Or you felt like you were fucked, and then you got this job and now you're kind of trapped there. But it's an illusion. It's not really trapped. Somebody wants to have a conversation with you about reconciling. It could be a family, getting the family back together. I hear somebody saying, I don't want to just reconcile for the kids. I want to reconcile because I love you. Somebody wants to return back home. Then I got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Wow. The universe is, the universe is preparing you for a change that is destined and fated to come in, but it's about being prepared for it and being open to it. Some of you guys are going to start a family. So the universe, through Divine Feminine season, you guys could have been hyperly focused on your body, health, wellness. Maybe you were consciously doing it because you knew you wanted to have kids. Maybe you weren't consciously doing it and you just felt a desire to be healthier. And it was in preparation for starting your own family. Wow, the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which that equals the Three of Cups. And then if you add all of these cup cards together, it equals the Six of Cups. And there is the Queen of Cups there. And here is the King of Cups. Jeez! And if we add all of those together, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the Eight of Cups. And then you have the Divine Feminine taking action, or somebody's taking action towards the Divine Feminine. Why is it the Eight of Cups? Why does this equal the Eight of Cups? Oh, well, then that ace equals the 9. It's the Nine of Cups. I get that whole thing. Because I counted all of these cup cards. It equals the Eight of Cups. But then I looked, and this ace equals the Nine of Cups. It's looking carefully. Some of you guys are considering walking away from wish fulfillment. You're thinking, should I walk away from this? And I feel like it's a relationship. I don't think you do, because I feel like you, like I just realized, you realize it's actually wish fulfillment and it's not something you need to walk away from. Some of you guys are programmed to have to walk away from love, or you are used to people walking away from your love. Somebody is about to express love. Somebody wants to reconcile and see this, dealing with your heart with care. Gentle. Four of Wands, union energy, luxury. Somebody's laughing at me right now. Yeah, you guys were all clammy. You guys were all confused. I feel like you guys are going to be very overwhelmed by the different approach that somebody's taking towards you, to the kind of care, the gentle care that somebody's taking towards you and your heart. I think it's going to soften you up a little bit. I don't know. It feels really good. It's definitely, this is what I was feeling, like this relationship. I've been feeling it for a while for Pisces though. I feel like I've been reading for a relationship that is unfolding, or that you will embark in and unfold. And I know these readings, none of them are really date or zodiac sign specific, even though I know I use dates and zodiac signs, but on Patreon I don't. because the fact of the matter is I could be reading a year out for you, or a year ago I could have been reading your situation now. So it's really, time is totally an illusion, but I've set up the whole fucking YouTube platform with the dates and the zodiac signs. It's like now all that timeless content is now presented to you as if it's timeless. But what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Ace of Wands. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I've been reading this fucking energy for Pisces for a while. Yeah, the divine feminine is about to start a new cycle in love. And there, sure enough, is the divine masculine. Like, it's so fucking on point. Like, I'm here. I didn't make this shit up. I shuffled in front of your face and now I'm getting defensive. Anyways, Pisces, I love you people, okay? Enjoy March. Enjoy the spring equinox and stepping into divine masculine season. I am very excited for the April readings, or at least as of now. And like I said, www.queencup.ca for all your frankincense needs, okay? Patreon /Queen Cup for daily and weekly content. Until the next time I see you beautiful people, keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.